But I think that just, I don't know, Buffalo's just riding the wave right now based off emotions, Damar Hamlin. So I think they got this. I don't see it.
We're going to get into that.
Let's jump right in. What's up, boys? It's Tuesday night on Bones, Smitty, and Rupaha. What's up, boys?
Salutations, everyone. Salutations, everyone. Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to The Hook.
Russell, it's been a minute. Thank you for finally, jumping back on and joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for the invite.
Last minute, supposedly. I don't believe you on that, by the way, either. But, we do have this group thread that we like to, go on. It's been a little quiet lately. A little harassment during the Knicks game, and anytime we can harass each other, mainly me doing that, or Russ is terrible harassing me. But anyway, you knew it was Tuesday. You knew it was about to go down. A lot of cool stuff going on between Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. We can talk about some New York Knickerbockers. Smitty, holla.
Yes.
Russ, your Celtics, maybe. LeBron and the Lakers. Could they close it out? Some baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun, a lot to look forward to. Can't wait to hear you guys. And then obviously, if you guys don't know, this week, tomorrow, actually, our Thursday, is the NFL draft. And I think our buddy, good friend, Kev Mike, is going to be calling in, hopefully, maybe, possibly with something to say about that. So, first things first. Smitty.
Yes, sir.
Actually, Russ, did you say hi?
He did.
Did you say hi to the crowd, Russell?
Yeah, you were so busy getting on him, saying last minute supposedly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You were working on trying to throw a dig at me.
Yeah. No, I mean, I learned from the best. You'll
be ready by Thursday. It's all right.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully, I'm ready by then. Hey, listen. If anybody who's joining us, if you don't mind, please go over to our YouTube page and just hit the Hook Sports. Hit the subscribe button. You can go back, see what we've talked about. You never know what you're going to get on the hook here. Sometimes things slip. It's usually entertaining at some point or the next. Same with our Facebook page at The Hook Sports and on Instagram as well, The Hook Sports. So if you guys want to show us some love, we would much appreciate it. And we do appreciate, some of you guys who've been pretty loyal, pretty faithful, following us every Tuesday. Rebel, you're definitely one of those people, my friend. So we appreciate you. And how about those Bruins? Bruins coming down, right? Didn't they go down the series 0-1? I think it's 3-1 now. If they didn't close it out, I apologize. Rebel, I'm sure you can drop a comment in there and educate me. So
no, they won first, and then I think they won the first two. Then it was 2-1.
Oh, 2-1. Is the series over? Did the Bees close it out? Did they close it out?
Then they
playing tonight?
On them. Yeah, I think they play tonight. The game 4 they put a 6-2 shellacking on them.
3-1 Bruins.
Allmark.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh no, just in the series are up 3-1.
Yeah, they can close it out tonight.
What's up, Mr. Edwards? How we doing? My man Ken Wood, what's up, brother? Everything's good on the hook here today, my man. So, you want to jump into baseball real quick? I know we're on the hockey, and the Bruins are up 3-1. How about the Rangers, the Islanders, Smitty?
Rangers are up. Well, the Rangers are tied.
2-2.
Yeah, and the question is, as the momentum shifted, because the Rangers had a great opportunity to close it out against the Devils. Not to close it out, but to go up 3-1, and instead now they're tied. The series is tied. Going to Jersey, and we'll see what happens. Jersey is playing good hockey too. It's playoff hockey. Nobody wants to go home. So
yeah, playoff hockey is great hockey to watch, definitely for sure. But big things for New York, man. New York's on fire. I feel like recently. I
don't know about fire, but I think that slowly. The Rangers and the Knicks. It's been a long time since the Knicks have been in the playoffs and have been up 3-1. a series. You know, it's been 25 years, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
What is the biggest thing that happened in New York recently? Other
As
than,
far
and I do not want to downplay the Knicks because the Knicks are huge. I mean, for the Knicks to be where they are today after being, in a recycling bin for I don't know how many years.
That's been a long time.
It's been a long time coming, but even longer than actually maybe just as equal to, the trash can of the Knicks are the Jets. The Jets, Jets. And Russ is rocking the Jets green today. The Kelly green. New York Jets signing Aaron Rodgers. Are you kidding me? Listen, we had a good conversation in the group message, and I said, you know what? What's up, Randy? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us again. We definitely appreciate you coming on for sure. So Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. And in our group message that we had, I immediately went onto my DraftKings account, and I got lucky the other night. So I was able to put a little money in there on a $5 bet. So I put $50 on the Jets to win the Super Bowl, plus $1,400 bet, plus $1,400 odds. Kev doesn't seem to think that the Jets are a surefire Super Bowl winner, which they're not. Nobody is. But I think they're a contender. I mean, I'd like to hear your guys' opinion on, the impact that Aaron Rodgers is going to make on the New York Jets and whether or not you think they might, A, win the AFC East, 2, win the AFC, and then 3, contend in the Super Bowl. So who wants to take the mic first?
Smitty's a New York guy, but I'll jump in on this Jets thing because there's only one thing that really concerns me about that, and that's history. But Listen, the New York Jets are a top 3 defense. They were a top 3 defense. So does Aaron Rodgers? Let's not even say a top 5. Does Aaron Rodgers make them a top 10 offense? Because you're talking. They got the receivers. They got Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and then you're gonna have Breece Hall as a running back.
I don't think they have Elijah Moore. I think he's gone.
Did he leave?
I think Elijah Moore is out. They added they added Alan Lazard, right?
Yeah.
Already has chemistry with Rodgers. They
Correct.
just added Mecole Hardman from the Kansas City Chiefs, who's kind of, he's supposed to be like a Tyreek Hill 2.0 type of player, with the speed. And then you still have Corey Davis, who was extremely serviceable, with Ryan Tannehill a couple years ago. So to him have a jump up from Tannehill, where he put up over 1,100 yards in his last season with the Titans, to he was banged up last year with the Jets. Now you're getting Aaron Rodgers. Holy crap. Are you kidding me?
Quick.
Sorry, Smitty, but basically what I was trying to finish there is I think where they sit with their offense now with Rodgers and with their defense being what it is, you have to say that they have a shot for whatever it is. The only thing that I think they have going against them is, everyone gives, Belichick, the holy grail of being the GOAT, but he really had Tom Brady. But are the Green Bay Packers same way they did with Favre? Are they legends at reading when it's time to cut bait and move on and let them go to greener pastures? So that's the only thing I think holds them back is, hey, are they good enough to read when a quarterback is going to go?
I love that. Great point.
Oh boy, the Guru. We got the Guru on the line. The Guru, I know he has something to say about this, but before Kev, hey, what's up, Kev? How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on, guys?
What's up, Kev?
We're touching on how the Jets are. Smitty was about to get into it, though. Smitty, were you going to comment on what Russ had? Because
absolutely. I'm going to piggyback up on what Russ had to say. And, I agree 100% when it comes to that evaluation of the Green Bay Packers. You know what I mean? As far as Brett Favre, does he make the Jets better? Yeah, sure. He makes them better. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the elite quarterbacks in the league. That's not a surprise or anything like that. However, I will agree with Randy when he said, I think the Bills still win the division. I still think that the Bills will win that division.
Mm.
All right. I think the O-line, as far as the O-line is concerned with the Jets, that's yet to be seen with the Jets. You know, you said they have defense. Yeah, absolutely. Philly had defense too. Did they win the chip? No. Kansas City took them, and it was a good game. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to be determined. I mean, as far as, you know, his talent is there. Aaron Rodgers, his talent is there. Mentally, is he ready for New York? He had a hard time in Green Bay. So let's see what happens. You know what I mean? And the Jets' chemistry, for some reason, their history, you already know. 1969, Joe Namath. Come on. Need I say more?
Yeah. I'll say this. As far as evaluating Russ, letting people go, when the Packers let Favre go, he brought a Jets team to an AFC Championship game. I don't want, you know, we can't forget that.
What does that mean, though? Did he win the chip?
Okay, so is it
But as far nope, they didn't win a chip. Did they make a run? They made a good run.
Okay.
But Rodgers is a better quarterback than Brett Favre is or was. He's just better.
You're right.
He's
but
39, dude.
But they're still in a division with the Bills, with Miami. And listen,
A
the
stronger
biggest
conference.
the biggest kick in the pants, I think, is that it's going to screw our Patriots, Ray. That's the biggest thing that I see. That could really be a thorn in the Patriots side.
No, 100%. We're going to be battling for third place with the Dolphins.
But regardless, he's
very...
coming from the NFC over to the AFC. His season is not going to be all rainbows and unicorns
conference.
like it was in the NFC. And
Most
guess
definitely.
what? When he has a bad game in New York, like Smitty was saying, is he going to be able to handle that criticism coming from the New York media?
I don't think he's too concerned about the media, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't either.
I don't think it matters. It's Aaron Rodgers. He's a 2-time MVP or in the last 3 years. And he's been
39, dude.
Listen,
But he's 39.
And Tom Brady was 42 when he won a Super Bowl.
Oh, wait.
I'm not buying that.
Hold up. We are not comparing Tom Brady to Aaron Rodgers, the chemistry that Tampa Bay had, the team that Tampa Bay had, and the outlook that Tom Brady had, the revenge that Tom Brady, he wanted to make a statement.
Fair.
And he did. Tom Brady made it. I do not compare those two. I'm sorry.
And like Smitty said,
right.
Aaron Rodgers got his feelings hurt in Green Bay.
I mean, listen, like I said, you know, like Kev said earlier, do I see them going 10, 11 wins? Absolutely. You know, but as far as them going to, you know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Jets to get over that hump against Kansas City, against Cincinnati. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Kev, what do you think?
Well, I think that Aaron Rodgers obviously makes the Jets a better team. I think everybody knows that. I think that I don't really focus as much on age as maybe I would have 10 or 15 years ago. I think it's a different game. Being that they protect the quarterbacks almost ad nauseum. So I don't think it's necessarily an age thing. But I just think that it makes the Jets better. We know this. I think they've got a pretty good roster. I worry about their offensive line a little bit. We know they have a great defense. I worry about Breece Hall's knee because he had a very bad knee injury. He tore 2 serious ligaments. And so I don't know if we can count on him at the beginning of the year. But overall, I think it makes them a contender. Now, do I think that they're the Super Bowl favorite? No, I don't.
They're not.
We talked about this in the group chat a little bit. They're in the conversation. I think there's no doubt about that. They're in the conversation, and they deserve to be. But I don't think they're propelled above Kansas City and Cincinnati. And obviously, they traded draft picks. They still have some draft capital. We'll see what they do with that.
They got a lot of draft capital.
They do. Do they?
What do they have in cap space?
Round pick this year.
They did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did they swap first round? Like what's the parameters? Because how I feel about this move and how I feel about them has a lot to do with, do they have a first round pick or not? Because they need a tackle, and it's the theme that I say a lot when it comes to football, and especially with two types of quarterbacks: the older quarterback and the young quarterback. If you got a guy that's in his 5th, 6th, or 7th year, usually they can navigate, and you're not going to surprise them too much. With a veteran quarterback in not a new scheme, but a new environment, you obviously want to protect your quarterback anyway. But I think that's essential for Aaron Rodgers, being that he's not going to move around. But I think that this is a great move for the Jets because they're going for it, and they have a roster that is one of the better rosters in all of football as of right now. But I don't think that this makes them better than those other two teams. And I do also want to add that when you look at the AFC and all the quarterbacks that are in that division, it's like anything. It's like, 10 years ago, you could look at the NFC and say the same thing. Right now, the majority of the stud quarterbacks are in the AFC.
Yeah.
And so I think that needs to be pulled into the equation also. But to sum it up, guys, I think it makes the Jets a contender, no doubt about it. I'm not ready to sit there, as I said, and call them the Super Bowl favorite, but I think this is a great move. And, we're going to see maybe a rejuvenated Aaron Rodgers. And he's much better of a quarterback than Brett Favre. Brett Favre was a gunslinger who threw a lot of touchdowns and he threw a lot of interceptions. Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that's just going to go and he's going to make the right play. And he won't turn the ball over as frequently. So I think comparing those two, and again, the age aspect, Ray, I just don't buy it right now.
No.
He's not 44.
No.
I mean, he's 39.
Right.
And he's got a good team around him, and he's a smart quarterback. So I don't really buy that. I think that quarterbacks can play longer because you can't touch them, obviously.
Yep.
And, I'm really excited to see how this is going to be a fascinating story, guys. It really is.
Yeah. My thing is this, real quick. The one thing the Jets have is a defense. Kansas City does, if I had to make a prediction right now, just based on, defense, I would say it's going to be the Jets and the 49ers in the Super Bowl, right? That's like a no-brainer for me as far as AFC, NFC. They're both built with defense, and they're both lacking a quarterback. The Jets got the quarterback. So I give the edge to the Jets.
Right.
Kansas City doesn't have a defense like the Jets have. The Bengals don't have a defense like the Jets have. The Chargers, if healthy, could have a decent defense, but they also have Staley as their head coach. So I don't even consider the Chargers.
Right. And their defensive stars always get hurt, Ray. Always.
Right.
Derwin James is always hurt. Yeah.
Buffalo and New York are I think Buffalo's going to has a decent defense as well. So
yeah,
AFC East is going to be tough this year. Russ, go ahead.
So Ray, I'll agree with you on that, because I think that's the caveat with Aaron Rodgers is that, listen, with that offense, Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to score 17, 21 points a game, and their defense is going to be able to limit those
hold them to 16, 17 points.
So I know I heard a lot about first round draft picks or whatever, and I don't know what you guys have, but what I'm reading off of Schefter's Twitter is that the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, they get the number 15 pick, and they get a 2023 fifth round pick. The Packers get the number 13 pick, a 2023 second round pick, which is the 42nd pick, a 6th round pick, and a conditional 2024 second round pick that becomes a first round pick if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a win for the Jets. They got to win it all, though.
It's a win for the Jets. It is, because they went for it, guys. Like, they've got a roster. They got a roster that is extremely good. As I said, I worry about the offensive line. 39-year-old quarterback. But again, 39-year-old quarterback that can get rid of the ball fast.
Yeah.
But this is going to be fascinating, guys. This whole division is going to be fascinating. And again, let's see what happens in the draft, because if somebody falls, and it happens every year, and somebody falls to, Buffalo, and they add to their defense, or they get a running back that could really help out the quarterback,
or a wide
we
receiver.
have to, or a wide receiver. Like, we have to see.
Buffalo added Damian Harris. That was that's a big addition for Buffalo.
So Ray, let me add another.
I like that move.
Let me add another question to this, Smitty. So okay, we're talking about the Jets. Did the Packers win?
I think the Packers won too. The Packers got a lot in return.
Packers what?
Did they win?
Yeah, sure they did.
They got
they did. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the Packers are a rebuilding team. They got a lot of picks in return, and they are a young team. That's the reason why the Packers won. Look at that division. You're talking about Detroit. Detroit is on the up. They're going to compete. That division's going to compete.
Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago. The Packers are going to be in last place in that division this year.
And that's okay, because they're rebuilding. You know what I mean? They know that. But I'll tell you what, that organization is better prepared than the New York Jets, because it's been a long time. And I don't care who goes to the New York Jets. I know you guys are excited about, Aaron Rodgers going in there and stuff like that.
I'm not excited about it. I fear it.
Why do you fear it?
Because they're in my division.
But they have to play the games. They have to play the games, dude. It's not like your team is going to get blown out. I think that the Patriots will compete against the Jets.
Of course we will. We compete against everybody except.
You know what I mean?
So what about the assessment of Love, though? Of him moving into that spot, you're not a fan of that, right?
Nope. No, I haven't seen enough out of the kid, but no, I don't know.
You got to play.
You got to play. Got to see what he's like. Jordan Love, Trey Lance. I don't know. These are a couple players that people have loved in the past that I guess I haven't seen anything yet. So I don't want to say anything too negative, other than the fact that when they've been out there, they haven't really done anything that's been like, oh my God,
Hey, I got a question from Randy. Is Brock Purdy the guy for the 49ers?
Right now he is.
Yeah. How is he not?
Yeah. It's not like I said, it's not Trey Lance in my book, not my opinion. I don't know.
But outside of his injury, what has he done to not be the man?
He's a winner.
I don't like Trey Lance at all.
No. Purdy's a beast, though. Purdy did what he's supposed to do. He filled the role.
And he did it for more than a game or two.
He did it they stunk.
Who's playing quarterback for the 49ers?
Purdy. Right now it's Brock Purdy. They said
he's hurt. He's hurt for the year. So who's playing quarterback for the 49ers?
He's not out for the year.
He had major elbow surgery. He's up for. He might not even be there. He might not come back all year.
Oh, I thought that he was going to be
back.
They
need to figure out how long is he out.
I thought he was going to be back for the season.
I thought he was going to be out. So we need to check on that. I thought he was out, and maybe I just don't. So who's playing quarterback? Trey Lance?
Yeah, you got to remember Sam Darnold. They went out and got Sam Darnold too.
Yeah, 6 to 8 months is Purdy. So whenever his surgery was, 6 to 8 months. So he should be back at least, at some point of the season. I don't know if he's going to,
Right. But what if they start out? Not having a quarterback. I know Shanahan is excellent with quarterbacks, but if Purdy can't play and Garoppolo's not there,
no, he's not there.
What are they going to do? Do they even have? Somebody said they signed Darnold.
Yep.
They're. I worry about that, because seeding in the playoffs matters, and I know. I know that they're an NFC team, but look what happened against the Eagles when Purdy got hurt. They really had no chance when he got hurt. Nope. So I just worry putting the franchise in the hands of Trey Lance.
Yep.
And I think that's something to monitor. If Purdy can't play, that's a problem.
Well, good thing they play in that division.
Yeah, Kev, off of NBC Sports, after undergoing surgery to repair his torn UCL on March 10th, Purdy will not be able to throw until at least June. He's expected to begin a 3-month ramp-up period, giving him a chance to compete for a starting job alongside Lance and veteran quarterback Sam Darnold by the end of August.
See, he'll be ready. Yeah, I didn't think that there was going to be an issue with him. I saw that he was going to be competing for the position, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well, we'll see. I mean, that's a bad injury.
Yeah,
Just like the same thing with Breece Hall. I mean, Breece Hall tore his ACL, MCL, and that is a bad injury. And I know guys come back for it, but he got hurt during the season. So all I'm saying is, and again, I'll say it one more time. We've got to see what these guys do in the draft because, maybe the Jets will draft a running back and then, Hall can take his time and they'll go that direction. Maybe they'll draft an offensive lineman somewhere and that offensive lineman will be an upgrade or there'll at least be some depth. So with these veteran quarterbacks, you got to protect them. We'll see. I mean, the 49ers, if there's one coach that I feel confident can somehow get Trey Lance to at least not screw it up.
Yep.
It's Shanahan. And, maybe McVay is the other one that you'd feel comfortable with. But, I'm surprised that the 49ers didn't make another move just for insurance. I mean, Darnold to me is not the insurance. But,
right.
We have to see. I mean, because a lot of these teams can get better. Seattle last year hit an absolute home run in the draft. I mean, I'm talking about like 1 through 7. All of those guys played, and most of them started.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then all of a sudden, Geno Smith's the quarterback, and we're all sitting there saying they're rebuilding. They're going to, and they make the playoffs. So it's just something to think about.
Listen, question. Who's going to be the biggest surprise of the NFL draft?
Wow. I don't think it's going to be a quarterback. I don't like these quarterbacks.
No, me neither.
I think the tight end Laporta is going to be a stud. I think he can run, and I think he can block, and he can catch, and I think he's underrated, and he'll probably be a late second, early third round pick at tight end. I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler, like an All Pro tight end.
Yep.
I think that the safety from Texas A&M, Johnson, is number 1 on my board. My brother agrees with me on that. Johnson is my brother's outstanding with the draft process. So I think that A&M safety is a stud. It's just a couple guys. In terms of a guy that's not going to be a first round pick.
What about the kid from Alabama?
Josh Downs from North Carolina, I think, is going to be a terrific slot.
Yep.
Terrific slot. Those 3 names stick out. What are you saying about Alabama?
The safety DB Branch.
So I kind of think of him as a little bit of a tweener, and I think he needs to fit the right scheme.
Yeah. But
I think he could be an outstanding pro. I think he's a really good player. I don't think he's a great player, but I think he'll help a team.
Okay. I'm going to say Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's to the moon. He's going to be my. I don't think it's going to be a surprise. I mean, he didn't play last year. But I've been all over that dude and praying that we get him in New England. If I had to pick a player, that's who I'm going with. Russ, you got one?
He's a stud. Yeah, he's a stud.
No, Smitty, you got anybody that you like coming out of the draft this year?
Nah, I ain't got nobody.
No, Bijan Robinson. He's obvious, right? Bijan's an obvious pick.
Yeah.
I think he's a top 10 pick. I really do.
Yeah.
I think watch Atlanta. Watch Atlanta for him. They really don't have a running back, and they're trying to kind of do things a little bit different.
Yep.
Again, I'll say this like I said this when Ezekiel Elliott got picked by Dallas High. I am not a fan of taking running backs in the top 10. I never will be, because there's too many of them in the draft, if you know how to scout, where you don't have to reach.
Yeah.
Like, I love Robinson, but he's not Adrian Peterson.
Right.
I think he's
he's more of a dual
I think
threat,
he's a
though,
terrific
right?
player.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a stud. But
Nice. Well,
um,
I like it. I like it, Kev. Geez, football's crazy. There's so much going on in the baseball world,
yeah,
basketball world. Maybe switch gears a little bit here.
Where you want to go? Where you want to go?
Listen, man, I want to talk about your Knicks, Smitty. Kev,
Yes,
that's your
sir.
team, right?
oh
Aren't you
yeah,
guys
let's
both
talk
Knicks
about
fans? I mean,
talk about the Knicks.
what are you guys thinking as far as you guys going to close this thing out?
I feel
I mean-
confident. I feel confident.
I mean,
Smitty?
they should. You know, if they play the defense, they feed off the energy. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mitch Robinson, the big man getting rebounds, playing that defense.
Wow, yeah.
Listen, Julius Randle. I know some people like Julius Randle, and I like him as a role player. I do not believe that he's the number one leader in the team. That's Jalen Brunson,
Yep.
in my humble opinion, as a Knicks fan.
That's clear and
You know,
obvious.
Can Julius Randle score inside? Like, can he stop settling for these jump shots from 20, 25 feet away and just go inside? Like, we have guys that can shoot the ball. If he just would pick and roll to the hoop, he would get so many easy baskets and ones. And that's why he wasn't in crunch time last game, because he's been taking stupid shots. And
Absolutely.
RJ Barrett to me is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yes.
I mean, he
He's
has
inconsistent.
games where he looks like he could be an all-star, and then
He's
he has games where he's 3 for 16. And but overall, I like what I'm seeing out of Hart. I love Brunson. I love how Mitchell Robinson does all the dirty work. He's such an old school center. And listen, it as a Knicks fan, it has been so difficult. It just feels so good to be in this position.
Absolutely.
And doesn't it feel good, Schmitty, just to feel confident that we're going to close this out? Like, it feels great.
Yeah. You know, in a way, I want them to close it out in Cleveland. There is no life coming back to the Garden, because I know, if Cleveland gets started, they could be like you said, Garland, Mitchell, and Mitchell hasn't been on his A game. That's been hurting them a lot, But I think Cleveland, that's a tough, scrappy team too. If you let them back in, I was watching that game and I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? As a Knicks fan, they have to close it out. I mean, if they close it out in Cleveland, I think that, we're gonna get some rest, and then we can look forward to our next opponent, which brings me up to Randy's question. You think the Miami Heat close it out against the Bucks? From my point of view, the way Jimmy Butler is playing, putting up 56 points, he put up 22 points in the first quarter. The rest of the team had 6 points against the Bucks. Giannis has a bad back.
Jimmy Butler's a stud.
Giannis has
Biggest
a bad
mistake.
back. And if Giannis is not playing 100%, the Heat will close it out.
What about that poor bastard Oladipo?
Oh my God! That's his third knee injury, if I'm not mistaken.
Saw that live, and it was, not good. But that puts them down. Oladipo and Tyler Hero's done, right, for the postseason.
Yep.
Yeah, those are crushing. Actually, the Hero injury hurts.
Yeah, it's going to be Jimmy Butler having to do what Jimmy Butler does every single night, or they got no shot.
What were some of your favorite
He's
NBA players?
He's a tough player. He really is. And
Biggest
I love these questions. I love these questions. Shout out to Randy.
Right? Is that what you're going to say, Ray?
Huh?
Biggest mistake. What were you going to say?
The Jimmy Butler's the biggest mistake the Bulls made. They should have never let that boy go.
They never should have.
He is that guy that you build a franchise around, and boy, did they fail.
Well, but remember, he's also a very difficult personality.
That's
okay. He is a tough SOB.
He's the dude.
He's got a little bit of Kobe in him, right? Because he just demands so much, and he's the type of guy. I mean, if you say the wrong thing to him, he already swung. It's not he's going to swing. He already swung.
He's that dude.
I think it was a huge mistake for Philadelphia to let him go. I think that was a horrific move. They should have got rid of Simmons when they could. Now they have Harden. I just think that was a mistake by them. But just looking at the playoffs as a whole, it's interesting. You look at the Eastern Conference. You've got Philly. I still think it's Boston's. I still think Boston is the class of the conference there.
Yeah.
But this is just falling so much into my worst nightmare because it's. I thought Memphis was going to get rid of LeBron and just push him aside, and I felt like they were gonna. And then Morant got hurt, and then all this drama. And this is, if Giannis loses, which it looks like the Bucks are going to lose, and I just look at the Eastern Conference and I'm terrified because with the way that the Lakers are playing and the way that their role players are playing and some of the guys that they brought in, this could be a very, very difficult thing for people that don't like LeBron because it's opening up where if they take care of Memphis and you look at the teams in front of them, do you really trust Kevin Durant and Chris Paul to beat LeBron?
Yes.
I hope you do.
Yes.
Because I don't.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll tell you this. You know what's going to kill the Lakers? They are not going to be able to run 3 or 4 series where they go to game 7s. If they weren't cleaning these out 4 and out where they could rest, they're not going to win a chip if they're going to game 7 or 6 even every series.
Agreed. They're old.
I hope you guys are right because the last thing that I want to deal with as basketball ends is LeBron winning a championship. How horrible would that be?
I second that.
Oh,
Yo, what's up, Neil?
Horrible.
Neil said, "Yo, boys, what's popping? We're popping here."
What's up, bro?
So Russ, you think your Celtics will close it out against Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then LeBron James. Let's talk about LeBron James. Let's take it to the West Coast. LeBron James put his team over last night, took them to overtime, and they won against Memphis. Do you guys think that the Grizzlies played better without Ja?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. 100%. I think they play more team basketball when Ja's on the bench, and that's why they won.
Hurts that team.
That's why they won when he sat out that game.
Ooh.
All right.
That's a tough one. What did he drop 52 in a loss, right?
Yeah.
But
I agree with Russ though.
Even during the season when Ja was hurt, the Grizzlies had a very good record.
Yeah.
They have played much better.
No, they were like one game above 500 without Ja. Check that. I think they were like 14-13 or 13-12 without Ja. So
they played much better without him. And speaking of making changes, what about Draymond Green volunteering to come off the bench?
So that was I was going to go to that Sacramento Kings against the champs Golden State Warriors. Now that series, if you watch the last game of that series, the Kings took those boys down to the wire at their house.
Steph almost blew it too.
I tell you what, if that kid ends up hitting that shot, the Kings are for real. That team, they're for real.
Yeah,
they got a lot of young kids who are hungry.
Yeah, but they're hurting though, Smitty. They just lost De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah,
they're done. I told you this on Saturday. I told you guys.
Is he hurt? Is he hurt, Ray?
De'Aaron Fox? Yeah, that's a big injury. He ain't playing.
He broke his finger.
Yeah, broken finger.
He broke his finger.
That's sad because that kid was the catalyst of that team.
Yeah, the Warriors need to capitalize in game 5 and go back home and just end it.
But I'm going to be honest with you.
On the road.
The Warriors look old, bro.
They look old against that team. The Warriors, yes.
But they made a couple late season acquisitions, though.
If the Warriors lost because Steph called a timeout when they didn't have one,
Chris Webber,
that would have hurt for a long time.
Yeah, you don't expect that out of
Chris Webber.
No, yeah, exactly. You don't expect that out of an MVP. No way, no way, no how. You before you switched gears, Smitty, I just want to go back and touch on the Knicks real quick.
Mhm.
I just want to show my love and my support for your team from the Big Apple, playing in the Garden. The one thing that the New York Knicks should probably be doing right now is running up and down that court, doing suicides, and then running over that free throw line and shooting free throws, because the free throws alone could end any series for them. They were
You're right.
absolutely horrific. So
Yeah.
hopefully they can improve from the foul line. That was one thing that I saw. And if Donovan Mitchell plays any worse than he does, you'll never have to worry about losing the next one. If he plays better and you
Right,
shoot from
right,
the line
right.
at the same, then you guys are
Yep.
in trouble, because you can't shoot
Yeah, but
bad from the
right.
free throw line and let Donovan Mitchell go 5 for 100 and and win. That's
No,
Hey,
I
listen.
agree. But listen, Josh Hart deserves a ton of credit for how he's defended Donovan Mitchell. I understand that he hasn't shot the ball well. A lot of that has to do with the defense of Josh Hart. He has been such an underrated acquisition. What a great move by Leon Rose and Worldwide West and everybody else that runs the Knicks. Just a great move. And the only way Cleveland can get back in this series, and you saw flashes of it in the second half on Saturday, was if Darius Garland starts to play like Darius Garland. This guy is a baller. He averaged almost 22 points a game, 8 assists. He is a baller. And the Knicks are just playing him hard. He's missed a lot of shots. He has to get it going. Never mind Donovan Mitchell, because I think he can do enough to affect the game even if he's not shooting well. But you cannot have Mitchell not shoot well.
yeah.
And you cannot have Garland not shoot well, and then you're getting bullied in the paint. So if the only chance they have is for those two guys to get it going, in particular Garland. But Ray, you hit it right on the head. If the Knicks are going to win and they're going to actually be competitive moving forward, they cannot shoot poorly from the foul line. They just can't.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, by
so
the
listen,
way, update: Minnesota Twins 2, New York Yankees 1.
I know, but listen,
Red Sox
listen.
8, Orioles
I want to.
1.
I
Just
do
wanna
want
throw
to
that out
point
there.
out. I do want to point out that Aaron Hicks got a hit.
Oh,
Aaron Hicks got a hit.
the most
His
beloved
batting
Yankee.
average was 107. Now it's probably 110.
So,
I
so
just wanted to
Smitty,
share that.
Smitty, does that mean that we can trade him and get a bat boy now?
Man, drop that dude, man. I'll take some cookies for that dude, man.
Yeah.
What kind of
Yeah.
cookies?
It don't matter. Listen,
What are you putting in your butter?
listen, so let's go to the viewers. Randy says, what were some of your favorite NBA playoffs to watch? Oh,
That's
man.
Bulls all day.
Yeah, Bulls.
Bulls.
80s.
What series though? Knicks, Bulls?
Bulls, Pacers, Bulls, Knicks.
80s Lakers, Celtics.
Bulls,
Oh, yeah.
Jazz.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
the Bulls beat everybody. I loved every series they played.
I mean, listen, even the Bulls when they were playing the Pistons and not winning were
Ooh, tough, yeah.
that was
Tough.
some.
No,
those
it's
are some
tough
fun.
basketball. Love the playoff basketball. Neil said that we talked draft. Yes, we did. He said he
Yeah.
has a rip for his boy Kev. What's your
Oh,
rip?
send that, Neil. Send it.
Send it over. We love to hear about it.
I
Was the
love
Lake-
those. I love bring those on. Send all.
Was the
let me
Lakers
hear it.
better in the 80s or were the Bulls better in the 90s?
Bulls were better in the 90s.
Well,
Mm.
well, I think that's a tough one. Though. I think the Bulls were better in the 90s, but the Lakers also battled the Celtics. There were two teams. Like in the 90s, it was the Bulls.
right.
And in the 80s, it was the Lakers and the Celtics. So there was a
I think the Lakers, like you said, Russ, I think two different eras. And the Lakers, it was more like a flashy team. You know, you had Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Michael Cooper, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
yeah.
LA. You know what I mean? And in the 90s, it was Michael Jordan and the rest of the Bulls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But there
But
was
don't-
two
don't-
Bulls
hey, but don't
teams
forget,
too,
Kevin.
though. There was
Hey,
two
don't-
Bulls teams.
But don't forget, Kevin McHale could pivot you to sleep.
Yeah. That little what was that? That little corner baseline shot that he had.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My man Rebel says 80s Celtics.
80s Celtics. Okay. Larry Bird. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, so Neil said they said today the biggest wager placed in Vegas was who to go number 1 in the draft Thursday. They said it was based on insider information.
Who goes number 1? Bryce Young. Everybody's got Bryce Young everywhere. I don't understand it.
Bryce, I think Bryce Young goes first.
Bryce Young. Neil, what do you
I
think?
said,
I'd like to know what Neil thinks. I mean, Kev, keep going, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
I think
Levis.
I think that he's as mature as it gets, and I think that that's what they want. They want a, and football is different. Nobody worries about 5'10" and a half anymore. I mean, I would, but a lot of teams don't. And I think his character, his leadership, I think that's why they'll go in that direction. None of these quarterbacks are perfect. And, if Bryce Young was 6'1", like they listed him at Alabama, then I don't think there'd be much of a question, but he's not. I just think he's going, all his intangibles, I think are why he goes 1.
Ray, to address your sarcasm, it is now 2-2. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Was it Volpe?
Russ, thank you for picking that up.
Was it Volpe?
No, it was hit.
Volpe hit a. He got a hit. He got a hit.
Hope he got the hit. Oh, yeah.
RBI?
No.
Listen, I'm
Wait a
not
minute.
a
Hold
Yankee
on.
fan,
Time out.
but I do
Time out.
have some guys.
Did I just hear Ray betting on the Yankees?
Fantasy baseball.
He's 2 for
Oh,
3.
He's got like 13 Yankees in his team.
By the way, no, I don't. I have
I
1.
think we should have him stand
I have
up.
2.
every show.
I have 2.
Oh, I got 2. Wait. I got 3.
I have, but
I got
listen,
3.
no. Listen, I have 3 leagues. I'm in 3 leagues. I have Garrett Cole in 1 league, and I have Volpe in another league. I do want to say this. Baseball obviously is a streaky game. I've mentioned 1,000 times. Max Muncy was an absolute dumpster fire for the first week of baseball, and he is picked him up off the waiver wire right when he started to kind of creep a little. Now he leads the majors with home runs with 11. So big shout out to my man.
But
Ray,
like you said, it's early.
Ray, can you stand up to prove that you don't have your pinstripe pajamas on?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
Do you want me to?
No, please don't.
I don't know. I have Russ, I have gray sweatpants on for you.
Yeah.
So listen,
there you go.
Randy says, who was the most underrated team to win the NBA Finals?
Most underrated NBA team on
there.
The Nets. New Jersey Nets with Jason Kidd.
They won a championship?
Oh, wait, did they? Yeah.
Nah, bro.
The Nets didn't win a championship?
Nah.
No, but they went to 2 straight finals.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. They were knocking on the door, but they said you can't come in.
Oh, shit.
That's what happened.
Yeah, but I want to tell you something.
It doesn't matter if you don't get a chip.
Listen, those teams that the Nets had, if you go look up the players on those teams, they were really, really good. Really good.
Listen,
yeah.
so I say San Antonio, the San Antonio Spurs.
No way.
Yes,
they won they won chips all the time.
San Antonio Spurs, baby. Who do they have? Tim Duncan,
David Robinson. Oh God, who was the freaking point guard? Sean Elliott. Well, Sean Elliott on top of the French point guard.
Point right there.
Wait, what?
Tony Parker.
Thank you, Tony Parker, the French point guard. I'm having a brain fart. Those Spurs teams were great. Popovich is like
great. I don't know if they were great.
No, they were great. They won multiple championships.
No, that was a dynasty.
Yes,
they weren't great. That was
Tim Duncan is definitely one of the best players.
Hey, Raptors.
Tim.
Raptors.
The Raptors when
Toronto
Kawhi went up there
Raptors?
first year, right? Yep, that would have to be my pick.
How about
That's
the Dallas Mavericks? How about the Dallas Mavericks with Dirk?
Nowitzki?
Yeah.
But I think the Mavericks were always around, thinking they were going to win and everything else. The Raptors once.
Are you talking about the years when LeBron ran away from the ball? I'm just wondering.
Yes.
My man said the Nets.
I just had to say that.
The New Jersey Nets.
Listen, and I knew they were there.
That's all right, man. You always got love for the tri-state area, baby.
Tri-state,
That's why I like you, Ray. That's why I like you.
I'll at your boy.
Hey,
Nah.
hey, Kev.
Damn.
Kev. Now the older and he doesn't run his flops.
Did you see the flop he did when he got hit in the nuts?
Yeah, he acted like LeBron. Dude,
God,
I don't even want to listen. You get hit in the nuts, it hurts. Okay, you fall down. For him to fall down, I thought that a bomb went off on the court when he got hit in the nuts. He fell down like somebody shot him. He was down for days to go to commercial.
How about the fact that Dylan Brooks got ejected for that?
How about the fact that Dylan Brooks talks all this shit and can't back it up?
Right. 20.
No, hold on.
That was as bad a flop as I've seen. I know he got hit in the nuts, guys. He was down on the ground. I actually think he was down on the ground as long as he was when he had that tantrum against the Celtics.
But hold on. Let's go back to your comment about Mr. Brooks. I think Mr. Brooks put it out there on him to come try to hang 40 on me.
He did, and he still hasn't done it.
I thought the next game he was going to do everything he could to score 40.
But you know what?
Yeah, I mean, LeBron did have 20, 20, and 7.
So he didn't have.
LeBron did have 20-20, and the last player that did that was Shaquille O'Neal for the Los Angeles Lakers. And listen, LeBron did say to Brooks, "I'm not buying into your BS," and he shouldn't. Because let me tell you,
LeBron's winning. That's what matters to him.
Yeah, that's it, and that's what should matter to him now.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Liskey is saying 2023 NFL draft odds will skyrocket as potential number 1 pick. Bryce Young still favorite.
Levis.
Yep. If you could change one outcome from the NBA, the NFL, and MLB from all time, would it be and why? Ray, you go first on this one. NFL. I already know it. Go ahead, Ray.
One outcome, I probably would have surefire. I'd probably have to say the first Super Bowl, I would have ran the ball on first down when we were, in the red zone instead of throwing it on third down.
Can you elaborate on that, please? What Super Bowl?
No, it's enough, Smitty. You know what I'm talking about. Super Bowl, whatever it was.
42?
Something.
42?
You tell me what the numbers are. Honestly, there's so many that I get them all confused.
42.
Yeah, I can see why. It's like with it's how I feel around the house.
Yeah, that was bad.
86 World Series. Billy Buckner rolled through the legs. You know, that year I was a Mets fan.
Oh, yeah, of course you were. Why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be, Smitty?
Doug Flutie was.
I think the dumbest play ever in the Super Bowl was not running Marshawn Lynch, but that's me.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go for you. Here's a little bit of this. Oh, wait, that's not it. Oh, that was another flop, though. Isn't it crazy how you just look up LeBron flops and they can be from all over the place?
Dude, he flops all. There's not a man his size. It looks so ridiculous because of how big and strong he is when he falls down. It wasn't even the right one.
All right. I tried to find the one that he got hit in the nuts, and apparently that one popped up. That wasn't what I was looking for, but you get my point. He's a flopper. Anyway.
You never looked up? You ever see the game where he pulls his little wiener out on TV?
No, I have to.
Accidentally, and everybody made fun of him.
No.
Oh, I could do this all day. I could make fun of LeBron all day.
Nice.
It's too easy.
Yep.
You know what it's like? It's like picking. It's almost like picking on the kid with a limp in gym class. Like it's almost not even fun.
Oh my!
It's
all
so
right.
easy.
Let's not do that, Kev. We're on the air. Hey,
Yeah.
Liz. Russ, what was your sport event you like to switch? Did you tell us? Was I too busy
He
looking
already
up?
said it. But
Oh, you did. All right. Everybody's
what
good
would I
then.
like to
Did we touch them
switch?
all?
yeah,
I-
I would like to switch being up 3-0 on your Red
Red Sox.
Sox, and then freaking swallowing the whole pill. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I have two. I have the Yankees in 2001 against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh,
You guys remember that?
yep,
And Gonzo
yep.
getting a hit off Mariano Rivera.
Hmm.
I shut the TV off. I thought it was like, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe that. And we lost that series.
It was the steroid.
What sport has the best
Steroids.
home field advantage? Home court, home field.
Mm,
Which sport? Which sport doesn't matter?
that's a good question. Randy's been coming up with some really good questions.
Yeah, he's crushing it.
I like
We're
it. I like
seeing
it.
the home field, the number, like one of the
What sport?
best home field advantages
Yeah, what's
Football.
Probably
in
soccer.
any sport.
Soccer.
Yeah, which sport? Yeah, soccer's probably a great one. Honestly, them fans are freaking insane,
Yeah, yeah.
especially over in Europe.
Well,
You know, over
football.
the-
Because I say football because not just your fans, but like, dude, you go up and play in Green Bay or Buffalo. That's a special kind of a temperature.
College
up there.
football too.
How about
College
Phila-
football too, right?
How about Philadelphia?
Philadelphia is what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
Philadelphia. Yeah, we're on the page. Yeah, I agree. Listen, speaking of Philadelphia, the Phillies stink. The
Yeah.
70, huh?
For
They're-
now.
Oh,
Funny.
they're terrible.
For now.
But can we talk about the hottest team in baseball right now, and it's not even close? Can we?
What?
Not name the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees.
Hey, your Red Sox are winning 8-1, by the way.
I know,
Well, the Yankees are not the hottest team in baseball right now.
but I think when you go look at this Tampa Bay Devil Rays team, Tampa Bay Rays. I keep saying Devil Rays. The Tampa Bay
That's okay.
Rays,
You call them Devil Rays.
they are not just winning games.
Ray, you're jinxing them because the Astros are up right now, 5-0.
That's
Go ahead.
okay. That's
ahead.
okay. Because guess what? The Astros. Do I have to talk about that? Do you want to talk about the Astros, honestly?
I
Do you
can
have
talk
enough
about
who's
the
the
Phoenix
last-
to talk about the Astros?
I could talk about the
Who was
Astros.
the last?
All right.
Who was the last
So-
MLB team to lose a series?
The New York Yankees.
He knows. Come
I would
on,
take-
Russ. Give him a hard one. Give him a hard one. He knows.
No,
He watches
no, I'm
every
just saying.
Yankee game.
Listen, I'm sure I'm very impressed with Tampa Bay, but I would rather have my team for the entire season not losing series. That would be more impressive to me than a hot start.
This is what's
The wheel-
fascinating. And you know what? I respect what you just said, Russ, because you guys totally were that last year. You guys were on fire to start the season. And
Yep.
boy, did you guys fall out of the sky like a meteor.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
true.
one thing I want to point out about the Rays, and if I jinx them, I'm okay with that. I'm not a Rays fan. But their runs scored and runs given up is unbelievable. 157 runs scored to 64 runs against. A 93 run differential on a 20, and they're, obviously 20-3, haven't lost at home. But
And
a 93 run differential means they're doing it on both sides, offense and defense.
Now they're clicking.
and they
right now.
had
They're hot.
home runs in their first 22 games? 20
Yeah, they're hot right now. I mean, that team is just clicking right now. Baseball is like that. We all know baseball. If your team is hot, your team is hot. It just depends on what time of the year. If it's October, I would expect my team to get hotter in October than in April. But that's just
Sure.
me.
So the thing about the Rays, they're young, right?
They are.
They have an absolute stud in Wando Franco, Randy Rosarena, Yande Diaz, this kid Isaac Paredes.
McClanahan, the pitcher, McClanahan.
Well, the pitcher, but even like what the hell's Margot's first name? Manuel Margot. I mean, these guys, they all hit for average. They're good players. And then you go to their pitching with McClanahan, Rasmussen. They have 3 pitchers under 3, and their best pitcher is out on the IL.
Yep.
Well,
You
they
know what
better
I'm
win
saying?
this year. They
And
better
Ray,
win this year
the
because you know as soon
organization
as they
knows
got to
when to
pay them, they
trade
get rid of
players.
them.
Of course they do.
Like, they know when to get rid of somebody. Archer, Meadows, that organization is the best organization in terms of player acquisition, knowing when to get rid of somebody, than probably in any sport when you look at their budget.
Yeah.
They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they
Listen.
get rid of them as soon as they got to pay them.
Their closer, Fairbanks, only has 3 saves on the year, and they have 20 wins. What does that tell you? That they're
More than
They're
3
killing
runs.
they're
everybody.
destroying everybody. So, yep, they're off to a hot start, but they've got a 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got a bullpen, and they have a lot of young bats. I mean, Jose Siri's been out. He's coming back
Series
tonight.
good too. Yeah, he's
Siri,
good.
Siri's back in the lineup tonight. So, listen, man, Vidal Brujan, he was another player that we haven't heard about yet, but keep an eye on him. Upcoming player. Last year, he had a couple opportunities, got sent back down. I believe he's back up now again. He's had actually played in 11 games, 21 plate appearances. Hasn't really done much, but this Rays team is really impressive, and it's a team to keep an eye on throughout the
Definitely.
season. Obviously, we're going to have to, considering they're ahead quite a bit. But the other team that I'd like to talk about is the Baltimore Orioles that we're destroying right now. Baltimore's 15-7.
15-7.
15-7. You go and you look at some of the teams they've played. They've played a couple teams that are pretty good too.
Absolutely,
You
but
know?
that's not a surprise though, Ray. The Baltimore Orioles are not a surprise. You know,
But
they're
they-
a young, talented team.
Well, they were
that we
surprised
knew,
last year.
But
we knew that they would be in the mix.
Sure, they just missed the playoffs last year. We expected them to, continue to rise, in which they are. But they've been playing teams. The Texas Rangers, I look at their schedule. They haven't really been beating up any good teams. They played the Reds a couple times. Who was another? Oh, the A's. They played the A's a couple series.
Oakland is horrible.
No, yeah, and we
Hey.
talked about that last week.
So let me
listen,
let me ask you.
when we were at Oakland, Randy said, "What do you think about Oakland losing another team to Las Vegas?"
See ya. Who the hell
How
wants to
bad
be in
are
Oakland
they?
anyway?
So
Well,
Ray,
they're
let
going to
me.
move to Vegas, and that might be the best thing for their organization because that they do the same thing. They get players, they bring them up, they struggle for a couple years, then they go on a run, and then they trade everybody again. We've seen this 1,000 times, but finally the fans are sick and tired of it. I had more games at my more fans at my high school football games than they have in the stands there, and that owner is horrible. But speaking about Texas, as you just said, right, they're going to play the A's a million times. That's huge. It's always huge when you're playing a team or two in your division that just is horrific. It
Yeah.
always is big.
They're not playing them 19 times anymore. The
No.
division, they changed those rules now. They don't play. We don't play each other 19 times.
So I have
teams
a
in the
quick
division.
question, Ray or Smee or Kev or whoever. How many teams can make the playoff out of a division for baseball?
As many as make the wild card.
Yeah, but how does that work out? It can't be all of them. How many wild cards are there?
Two. So we
So 3 teams
have
could come out
three-
of the division.
yeah, and that's probably going to happen this year for the AL East.
Yeah.
That's probably going to happen.
You think 3 teams will get in?
Yeah, if you go into the standings right now and you look, the Red Sox are the worst team in the division, and we're 12-12. We're better than 70% of the American League, and that's
Right.
great. And that's crazy.
And the Yankees will get healthy, and
So-
they will import players because this is a huge year. Just because those guys got contract extensions doesn't mean that they can't be fired.
Yep.
Cashman is going to be aggressive. I do believe he's not going to let this team not make the playoffs. What they do from there, I can't answer. Nobody can. But the Yankees will get hot, and they will win 90 games, and they will probably make the postseason because I think they will be aggressive. And we'll see what happens. But Ray, that's a great point. You put Boston in other divisions, and they're probably in the playoff hunt.
Ray.
Yeah.
The only thing. Go ahead.
I just went on the MLB app, and it would actually be 4 teams. So right now they would have, or if you went right now by the wild card, Tampa Bay would win the division, Texas would win the division, Minnesota would win the division, and the 3 wild cards would be Baltimore,
Orioles,
Toronto, and
Jays,
New York.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Houston would be a game behind that, and Boston would be a game and a half behind that.
So there's the play-in, right?
Yeah.
Toronto scares me, Ray.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Toronto.
I don't know.
I'm not really
but
sure.
they
I'm not sure I'm sold on their
hammer
pitching.
the ball.
I don't know. After what I saw,
suspect.
after what I saw against Seattle and Toronto last year, I don't know. Seattle's going to be a good team at the end too.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
like
I mean?
Seattle. I like Seattle to win that
I like
division, maybe.
Seattle. too.
Your Red Sox, Raymond.
Huh?
8-6 for your Red
8-6.
Sox.
What?
Yeah, that's the pitching. That's our
They put up a
pitching.
5
We don't
spot
have
in the
any
bottom of the
pitching.
9.
So listen, well,
My
somebody brought
fan-
up somebody
ahead.
brought up Cashman. Somebody brought up Cashman, and I have to vent.
Yeah, but
I
the
really
Sox will trade for pitching.
When
I
Mullen
really
hit a
do.
grand slam.
Mullins, is it Mullins, Cedric, or Chris? Right?
Cedric.
Oh, okay.
Don't try
Like
to
that.
clown me. Don't try to
I'm
clown
not-
me.
Bro, I'm just
saw
looking
what
for
you did. I
clarification.
saw what you did.
I'm just looking for clarification. That's all.
Oh yeah, it's clarified.
Listen, Cashman, right? The only issue I have with Cashman is that the man, I believe that he's under a lot of stress in New York City. The first one, we went after Frankie Montas, right? He's not going to be a Yankee. Now we got this dude, Carlos Rodon, in the IL.
Love it.
Right? He's got back issues, right? It seems that there's a pattern going on here. And every time we have an opportunity, I feel like, yes, we have a lot of young talent in our farm system, in the Yankees farm system. They're afraid to get rid of this young talent. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? Because I see the Perazzas, I see the Cabreras, I see the Volpes, you know what I mean? But
The J-Dom.
at the same time, they weren't aggressive with getting Luis Castillo, Pablo Lopez, all of these great pitches that I tell you. I mean, Luis Castillo, look what he's doing in Seattle.
He's off to a fire start this year.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after Sonny Gray,
Pablo
getting
Lopez.
Sonny Gray from Oakland, the one thing that I'm glad that team is moving to Vegas is that they do not exist anymore, Oakland. We cannot afford to get any pitchers from that organization anymore. We have a bad history. So with that said, I'm done with Cashman. That's how I feel about Cashman.
And Sonny Gray's off to a hell of a start as well.
Yeah, in Minnesota.
3-0, 34 Ks, 0.62 ERA with
Minnesota,
a 102
dude.
whip. Yeah,
What's the pressure over there?
True. Fair.
Hey,
Yeah.
so let's go back to Randy because he's got more questions.
Oh man.
What sports injury you wish never happened?
Bo Jackson. Easy. Bo Jackson.
Theismann's leg.
Ooh.
Ray, what was the question?
What sports injury you wish never happened?
Yeah.
You want to go, Ray?
I did. I said Bo. Bo Jackson all day. Every day, Bo Jackson. That was the worst thing that was the worst injury ever. I love that dude. My favorite athlete ever.
I'm gonna go to basketball with this one, and
Yeah, that I agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you. The worst injury I ever saw in sports was the Buffalo Sabres goalie. I think it was like in the late '80s, and he got a skate across the throat. Remember that?
No,
I don't.
Bo's injury was devastating, dude.
Yeah.
Devastating.
So I'll go with basketball on this one. Bernard King, New York Knicks. That's the injury that I wish that would have never happened. Bernard King.
or being a Celtics fan, the whole Len bias, the death.
Yes,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
one.
No, that's a great one.
That's
too.
that's hats off to you for that one. Good job.
Good
No.
job. You got kudos from the guru. Hey, last question. Then
Wow,
let's-
you dude.
last
That
question.
cost them championships.
No, I know.
But last question.
Last question, and let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
We're going an hour and 10. It's pretty good. Maybe we'll give another 10 minutes. I'll go
Yo,
for an hour. We'll go for an
We
hour.
gotta touch. Go ahead.
Well, he said, what are some underrated coaches? What I'm going to say what my most underrated coach is, I think, and he's still coaching right now, is Eric Spoelstra. I think Eric Spoelstra is extremely underrated.
He is.
Because he brings the heat there every year. He obviously won a couple titles, but LeBron was there, so he was probably, foreshadowed by that. But losing LeBron, losing Wade, losing Bosh, losing Ray, losing the whole team, and then still building it back and still competing, and Miami Heat coach Eric Spoelstra. That's my.
Listen, and I agree with
Is
you.
this just NBA or sports overall, Rick?
what I'm saying.
Is
It,
this sports
I'm
overall?
gonna say overall. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
see, Ray,
overall.
I was with you on that.
I'm going to give you one right now. I think the most underappreciated coach that sticks out to me is Roy Williams of North Carolina. And I just and everybody, and I think it has to do with the fact that Coach K was at Duke and that rivalry. But this man won 3 national championships. Okay, he took Carolina to 4. He had almost 80% winning. He had an 80% winning percentage at Kansas, and he came to North Carolina and he had a 78 win percentage, 3 national titles, and yet nobody talks about him like they should. That's my opinion. But after the Spoelstra comment, I feel like that's going to take the cake. What do you guys got?
Smitty?
No, I agree with Ray. Miami Heat.
Yeah, because especially when you start coming to how young he is, and the egos that he had there, and how he gelled that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Favorite teams, Bulls all day. NBA. You're all over the NBA tonight, Randy. Good stuff, man. Great stuff. Do you guys have anything to look forward to over the weekend? This week coming up? I know Smitty, obviously the Knicks.
Yes, sir.
Celtics appear to be closing this one out. The series out. They're up 102-89 over Atlanta. Red Sox are a winner tonight, 8-6 at Camden Yards. Yankees are trailing 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Minnesota is playing Denver at the moment. Minnesota's up 20-12. Nuggets are up in that series 3-1. Clippers Suns are on tonight. Suns could close that one out. Tomorrow night, though, Knicks are at Cleveland, so we'll look forward to that.
Definitely looking forward to that. I look forward to your messages, Ray.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get them.
Only if they're losing, though, right? Only if they're losing.
Nah, man, I sent you messages when they were up. I'm like, oh, the Knicks. Look at these Knicks go.
I look forward to the group chat wisdom that is distributed.
Oh my, yeah.
Hey, listen. So real quick before we shut down, Ray.
Yes.
I do. It's old news, but I want to bring up that fight that just happened last weekend. Gervonta Davis against that kid Garcia.
Tank, yeah.
I tell you what, that second round, Russ, I know you watched the fight. That I knew it was going to be bad for that kid. Gervonta Davis sent that kid, he hit him right in the face and he sent him flying.
Yeah.
The 7th round knockout that he did with that kid, he hit him in that rib cage.
Liver.
You ever seen Mortal Kombat? You ever play Mortal Kombat, the game?
Of course.
Where like the graphics, they show you like, their bones and stuff. That's what I saw.
Whose move was that? Get over here.
Scorpion. That's Scorpion.
Scorpion.
But listen, it was a good fight. Gervonta Davis put on a show. That kid, I felt bad for him.
Smitty, did you see the breakdown of that kidney punch?
Oh yeah.
Where they said like when he knelt down, people were giving him grief, but that you can't come, it shuts you down. It's a delayed,
Yes.
delayed reaction. And if you watch him actually hit him, like it caves his whole body in, and then his hand slides all the way off of him. Like it was.
Yeah, that was something else, man.
Yeah,
Well,
that was something else.
we were talking in Seg the other night, and somebody was saying it'll shut you down. Like it'll end your career. One shot, one bad shot will rock your liver. You'll be done for forever.
Ray, if I can find the video, I'll send it to you, because when they were dissecting that video, they were talking about that punch, like just shutting down, causing permanent damage to his liver. Like when you get hit like that and it has that delayed response, it's beyond just taking a punch.
That's why he couldn't get up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was immobilized.
Yeah, he got him good. But you know what was cool to see? They were hyping it. They were the pre press conference or whatever, arguing and getting each other's grill. And then it was all love after the fight. You know, you saw him taking pictures and, you know, showing respect. I always like that part of it. You know what I mean? It's not, they put on the show for the fans. The dude got rocked, and he was still gracious in his loss. So mad props to Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis.
Randy hit me with a good question. What's your favorite New York Knicks starting lineup? Oh my God.
Gotta have John Starks in there.
Yeah.
Gotta have number 3.
Patrick Ewing's gotta be there. Allen Houston. Charles Oakley. Anthony Mason.
Oh, that's Mason, not Oakley. Was it Oakley on that team?
No. Charles Oakley was there. Yeah.
Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing,
from your Bulls.
Houston.
From your Bulls.
Why do I know
No, Allen Houston wasn't on that Ewing team.
No,
go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
With Oakley is what I'm saying.
Okay. Because I just remember watching the Knicks quite a bit because they were that other team in the Eastern Conference.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know,
Oakley came from your Bulls.
Derek Harper. Remember Derek Harper?
John
Starks.
Yeah. Oh man.
Ewing.
That's a good one. The Bruins close Wednesday night.
Yeah.
He'll take a bike ride this weekend.
ride it out, kid.
Yeah.
I need to get another motorcycle.
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Yeah, well, it's looking 80% chance on Saturday, 20% on Sunday. We got a big weekend coming up, so we'll see what happens with the weather. But listen, man, a lot of fun tonight, boys. Enjoyed talking some football, baseball, basketball, a little bit of hockey. Looks like maybe some golf coming up this weekend.
Ray, I'm looking forward to the NFL draft.
Oh shit, that's going on this weekend?
No, that's going on at Thursday's round 1, Friday, Saturday. Get it.
Hey, real quick, off the top, no trade, straight up, top 5.
Top 5 right now?
Yep.
We got Bryce Young, number 1.
Yep.
I'm still gonna go CJ Stroud, number 2, even though there was all that drama.
Yep.
I'm going to go Will Anderson, number 3 to Arizona right now because there's not a trade.
Yep.
I'm going to go Anthony Richardson to the Colts. And I'm going to go Jalen Carter to Seattle at number 5.
Nice. I like it.
Hey, Kev, are you consulting any NFL teams on Thursday, or
what do you say, Ray? He's cut out.
Are you going to be consulting any NFL teams on Thursday as far as their draft strategy?
I will not, but I can tell you that the New England Patriots at 14 are going to take, you want to know, Ray?
Jackson and Jigba Smith.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'd love for that. I'm praying. I prayed for Mac.
What else, you guys?
I prayed for Mac Jones. I prayed for Mac Jones, and I got Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
What do you think? What you want to know who the Giants take?
Yeah, who the Giants going with?
I think the Giants are going to take Jordan Addison from USC.
Ooh, that'd be a nice pickup.
That's what I think as of right now. But who knows? I mean, listen, guys fall. I think there's going to be a ton of trades. I definitely think Arizona is going to trade down from 3. You know, and then that could change everything. But as of right now, those are my picks.
I like them.
The trades that are going to happen, I'm sure somebody will move up to 3 for a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, just going to be interesting. So, Ray, if you want to go live, you let me know. I'll make the time to see my face. We can go through it.
Oh boy.
If not, I'll chat with you guys. We'll talk about it.
Yep.
But that's obviously, this is like, you know, Christmas come early to me. I love the draft.
We know you win. We know you do. Smitty, is there anybody you're looking forward to in the draft over the weekend for your New York Football Giants?
No, but I'll be paying attention to what the guru said. I hope we get a good pick.
Haynes, how about you?
No, sir, but I'm sure the group chat will be hot.
Fire. All right, guys. Have a good
All right,
night. Be easy. Anybody got something to say before they bounce?
Nah,
No,
have a
guys,
good night.
I've been busy. It's just so good to talk to you guys.
Have a great
Likewise.
weekend, everybody. Be safe.
Likewise.